wouldn't have had to move an inch. Slightly defensive captaincy from Saqib Mahmood. I think he'll be kicking himself. He's been in good wicket-taking form as well. 6 wickets in 3 matches, so why wouldn't you back yourself to pick up an early breakthrough? Down the leg side, bottom edge past the keeper, and no chance for the fine leg. Another good-looking boundary for Muazzam Hayat. Was a poor delivery. The left-hand, right-hand combination disturbing Saqib. Genuine bottom edge. Umar Arshad just couldn't get his gloves across to it. Well, it's been given as leg byes. So the umpire thinks no contact. Fair enough. I don't think Karwan CC will care either way. Perhaps Muazzam will. No short balls so far. They've not tested him on the back foot. Nicely clipped once again. He's very secure on that flick off the legs. I'd like to see something back of a length or around the grill, around the throat area. Let's see how good he is on the pull shot. And good to see some interested onlookers. This ground is very picturesque. The viewing angles are absolutely perfect. So anybody who's a lover of the game can easily just peer over that fence or sit on those grass banks around the ground. It really is designed so beautifully. A cricketer's dream to be playing here at the ICC Oval grounds. Kept a touch low there. Furqan Khalil just getting stuck at the crease. Looking for that release shot. Let's take a look. Yeah, it was a good length. Died as it got across to Furqan and Umar Arshad. They've kept a lid on the scoring. Current run rate is just below 5. So that will do very nicely for TVSL. They desperately need this victory to move on par with the competition in the group. This time a big swipe across the line. Mid-on is up. And even then he has no chance. It's cleared him for 6. Calculated risk. It was in the slot. And he backed himself. Got a good connection. And that was well clear. Onto the sidewalk. 3 overs gone. 20 for none. Jawad Ghani continues. Oh, that's a poor delivery. Well wide of the keeper. Thankfully, they had a deep third in place. And earlier we showed you the stats, the batting stats of this tournament. Well, Wajid Khan, he's had a wonderful tournament alongside Abhay Jotin. They have absolutely ruled the roost. They're not in action tonight, especially Abhay Jotin. His tournament is done and dusted. But we'll certainly be seeing a lot more of Wajid Khan for Pindi Boys defenders. Lovely cut shot off the back foot. That was timed absolutely beautifully. Now Furqan Khalil is looking a lot more relaxed. Just that release shot, that 6 over cow corner, made him feel a lot better about himself. Of course, this is the first big innings of the season for all of these Karwan CC lads. So naturally, they will be pretty nervous, looking to get a score. Lofted and straight to mid-on. Well, for once, Muazzam Hayat has mistimed the shot. Jawad Ghani persisting with that full length. Bottom edge. And simple as you like at mid-on for Sajjad Malook. First wicket down for Karwan CC is 23 for 1. Well, some very famous personalities. Umpire Shiju Sam in deep discussion with our match referee, Mr. Iftikhar Ali. And of course, Mr. Rajesh on his left. He's the in charge, the head honcho of this ICC Academy Summer Cup. And the head honcho of our commentators. He's just about stepping in. We'll talk to him. Meanwhile, Lovepreet Singh. Very classy young batter. Lovepreet Singh Bajwa. He is a cornerstone of this side. Good looking punch, straight to point. Nasir Faraz is keeping that area on lockdown. So Jawad Ghani, persistence was the key. Kept pitching the ball up, inviting the drive, and Muazzam Hayat finally mistimed one. He'll be very disappointed. He was looking good. Lofted shot. And it's straight to mid-off. Another questionable shot played by a Karwan CC top order batter. Lovepreet Singh Bajwa going for the aerial route. And a straightforward catch for Sajjad Malook once again. It's a 2-ball duck for Lovepreet. Very disappointing. 23 for 2. Well, new batter coming in is a very, very famous name in the UAE domestic scene and international scene. Rameez Shehzad, aka Rambo, coming to bat at 4 for Karwan Cricket Club. They've lost back-to-back wickets. Jawad Ghani teasing away with those full outswingers and teasing away. And joining me in the comm box for the next passage of play, it's Neil Oja. Good evening, sir.
Good evening, Ahmed. What a fantastic day of cricket here. Rameez Shehzad, an experienced campaigner. No feet movement whatsoever. A swing and a miss.
Yeah, that was asking for a big shot. Short, wide. And he should have honestly crashed that over point for a 6. The way we've seen Rambo bat throughout the years. Former UAE international player. One of the cleanest strikers of the ball we've ever had. An absolute go-getter. Right out of the middle, first ball. Crunched to extra. And Jawad Ghani has done a very good job indeed. That will conclude the 4th over. 23 for 2. Well, top 10 wicket takers. I am very surprised to see Wajid Khan ruling the roost there as well. Abdul Ghaffar of 7 districts, left arm fast. He's been fabulous. Salman Babar, 6 wickets in the tournament alongside Mohammad Zamir of 7 districts as well. They've had a lot of success with the ball. Saqib continues. Back cut, straight to cover. So they've bowled really well according to their plans. Very steady, very accurate stuff. Projected scores are not looking that great. Only going at 5.5 runs per over. They certainly need something to get going in the second half of this power play. 1.5 overs to go. This time this has been smacked over extra cover. One bounce over the rope. That's a glorious shot from Furkan Khalil. Gentle outswinger in the slot. And he is cashed in big time. Fourteen off 11 for Furkan. Inside edge, squeezed away towards square leg. They'll take a quick single. Good positive calling. And another good positive caller joining me in the comm box. It's Abid Ibrahim. Good evening, sir.
Oh, thank you very much, Khwaja. It's lovely when I hear a serve from your side, but then I'm a lot junior than you in terms of age and in terms of the experience as well.
Well, I take offense to that, but no worries.
Well behind you, well behind you. So looking at the crack here, what a beautiful contest this is. It just simply can't get better than this. You have a Karwan striker playing its first game against the Vision, who's cornered Tiger here. Lost 2 games.
Yeah, they desperately need 2 points tonight. Ramiz Shehzad, well, you are our encyclopedia of UAE cricket. Tell us more about him, Abid.
Well, definitely would love to comment about this man, certainly, who's batting right now, is Ramiz Shehzad. The only cricketers we have in the UAE, father and son both represented UAE at World Cup. So Ramiz, son of Shehzad Altaf, who represented UAE at 1996, and then this dynamic batter. One of the finest hitter of the ball we have around is Ramiz Shehzad.
Oh, absolutely. Big hitter of the ball. Can clear the fences for fun if he gets going. He's batting at 4 tonight. Ideally, I'd like to see him in the top 3.
Well, definitely, he bats at that number, usually nothing below than number 4. That's his ideal position. He presented UAE for a long time, now trying to make a comeback again. So it's wonderful to see Ramiz is in the cards.
Good looking drive. Eased away. There is been a consistent deep cover. And now Ramiz Shehzad is underway. Another steady over from Saqib Mahmood. None for 20 in his 3. It's 29 for 2 after 5. Round the wicket this time, Jawad Ghani. Immediate change of plan. Oh, misfield. And no, they won't run on it. Not taking a chance. Mohammad Nadeem, well, he's been slightly out of sorts here in this tournament with the bat. Perhaps that's just playing on his mind. Furkan Khalil, he's been out there for a fair while now. 15 of 12. Hasn't really capitalized on the power play. So he needs to perhaps throw his bat a bit here in the final 5 deliveries. Fished at that one. Another beautiful outswinger. And the man at slip, Shehbaz Ali, he'll enjoy bowling in these conditions. Looks to hit the seam. Has a very good wrist position. Healthy pace. I think he'll have a big role to play in this game. It's been a sedate start for the men in yellow. It is a quality side. Trying to pull that away. Just catching the toe end of the bat. Jawad Ghani has done a wonderful job. Only conceded 6 runs and taken 2 wickets in his 2.5 overs. He's not a regular bowler by any means, but he's done a sterling job here for the side, Abid.
Well, I think in this tournament he's turned out to be more regular bowler than the batter. This is lofted in the air, will fall short to the fielder. But I think it's really a big challenge to hit Jawad Ghani, who's hitting that deck very hard at the right place where he's taking the ball going away from the right-hander. It's really difficult. You saw the perfect example of the shot earlier where Furqan Khalil wanted to get on the onside, which went up in the air. That could have been the dismissal that team TVSL is looking for. Now this man, with already 2 wickets, making a name for himself, only given 7, 2 slips on. Keeper up. Great bowling, lovely scenes here at ICC Cricket Academy.
Yeah, nicely bowled once again. Look at that swing from around the wicket across the right-hander. And that top edge that we saw earlier from Furqan. Well, I'm a bit disappointed they didn't have anybody in the leg side on the ring. They chose to have a deep square. When your opposition is already 2 wickets down, you can afford to be a bit attacking. And Ramesh Shehzad shouldering arms to an outswinger. That's a rare sight. 31 for 2 at the end of the power play. Well, let's take a look at the highlights of the power play. Good looking punch there from Muazzam. Furqan Khalil finally risked a shot on the leg side and he went for 6. That was the dismissal of Muazzam. And Lovepreet Bajwa followed him shortly. Same fielder, same dismissal. That was a brilliant shot from Furqan Khalil over extra. But not much to talk about for the men in yellow.
Well, has he got him? Oh, yes, that's a soft dismissal. What a great bowling from a captain. Look at that. What a beautiful take from Umar Arshad.
Well, he backed himself to bowl 4 on the trot. Back of a length and a feather edge to the keeper. Furqan Khalil worked so hard for his runs. But in the end, he's been caught behind. 16 of 16. A 4 and a 6 to his name. Disaster for Karwan, 31 for 3.
Sardar Behzad making his debut for the season. And this time he's in yellows and representing Team Karwan Strikers. The last season he had a few games from a future mattress. So he's joined back his team where he belongs to. Quick run, taken in the end. Off the mark on a very fast delivery, Sardar Behzad.
Well, this pair at the crease is very experienced. Solid domestic performers. In fact, Rambo went all the way to represent UAE. So Karwan CC are relying on them to control this first innings now. Especially this man on screen, the big unit, Ramesh Shehzad.
A lot relies on this man. And outswingers has been a real trouble for Team Karwan Strikers. This combo of Jawad and Saqib Mahmood is doing a tremendous job. Together picked up 3 wickets and just 32 runs, and they have got that power play in control. The power play goes in favor of the vision shipping.
Yeah, these early season pitches here in the UAE, they're offering a lot of assistance to the medium pacers, and they've used it to devastating effect. Oh, fished at that one, Ramiz. Big appeal. But umpire Zargham is unmoved.
Well, let me tell you, he's developed that in-swinger as well. If he's keep on bowling on that area and taking ball away and bringing one in as a surprise, I think Ramesh will have a tough time.
Yeah, he has been flirting outside off. He's looking for that boundary to just settle his nerves. Even a tremendous player like him still needs some confidence. Still needs to feel the middle of the blade.
Well, it's to being a little harsh on the Karwan strikers. It's their first game of the season. Yes, it will take a little time to get the match going on. Yeah, nicely defended for a single there. So now that's what you need to do when you're 3 wickets down. But you cannot afford to play a lot of dot balls. Ramiz, I'm sure he's certainly capable of covering those 11 of 3. 3 of 11. So I think in no time he need to fire up. All he's looking is one bowler to target. And that would be produced after this over, I think, when Jawad gets his quota done.
That will be interesting to see who comes on after Jawad Ghani and Saqib Mahmood. Plenty of options in the side for TVSL. Oh, that kept a touch low. Solidly behind that, playing with a straight bat. 33 for 3 after 7. Jawad Ghani bowls out. Nicely glided behind point. There is a deep third in place. So he's just looking to build an innings here, construct an innings. But that current run rate of 4.7, that will be playing on the back of their mind, Abid.
Well, indeed, that's a little too much there. Because the projected total says you'll be around 100 runs, 93, so you can make it 100. That's nowhere a comfortable total. You need to be around that 9 runs and over. You have to make it a mark of 150. Otherwise, I think the vision shipping has a very depth in their batting.
Sardar Bezad trying to just crack it behind point. Jawad Ghani has been absolutely unplayable. Only 8 runs conceded in 3.2 overs.
Well, that's clearly the only experience it's at your display, Jawad Ghani. And spectators watching this game nicely.
Well, why not? An evening of cricket. Nothing better than that. Getting in line with that one. No single taken though. That should have been one. Once again, you've seen the calling between the wickets has not been ideal, to say the least. Muazzam and Furqan had a lot of confusion up top. But it is, of course, as Abid mentioned, just match 1 of their season. So there will be some cobwebs that need to be cleared from the mind and in the middle. They just haven't been able to contend with their outswingers. It's been a consistent game plan. And they've been very, very effective indeed. Just 2 deliveries remaining in his spell. I think he'll be very satisfied with his work so far. And Vision Shipping, they needed this victory. They've set themselves up for a good one so far. Within the stumps this time. Absolutely no room for anything.
This has been excellent bowling this on display. Jawad Ghani certainly impressed me there. Just 1 run and he's bowling his final delivery of his quota and 2 wickets to his name. So I think that's one of the finest spell we are going to witness tonight.
Yeah, he's shown excellent stamina. Consistent. It's quite a muggy evening out there. Temperatures do tend to rise when you're playing under floodlights. Plus, we're still in the throes of summer, early September. Once again, hitting the middle of the bat, but straight to extra. 34 for 3. Excellent bowling performance, Jawad Ghani. 2 for 8. Well, we're going to see some left-arm spin. Mohammad Nadeem, 5 wickets in the tournament so far. Excellent economy rate as well. Very useful option to have in the side. Hard-hitting batter as well, although we haven't seen it so far. Let's see what he can produce with the ball in hand.
With the economy of 7, a lot relies on him, but I think this is where you make it or break it. I think Ramesh will go attack against this spin attack. So I think they are certainly looking for one loose corner where they can capitalize and take those runs, which has been completely dried, courtesy great bowling by Jawad Ghani and the captain Saqib Mahmood. They bowled excellent 8 overs.
Yeah, this is a very important spell. They have to target someone like you mentioned. Everybody else will probably be medium paces, the likes of Shehbaz Ali, Sajjad Malook. Oh, just almost got jammed up there. He's looking for that gap between bat and pad. You have to be absolutely precise when you're playing Mohammad Nadeem.
Well, this is the difference when you play in this ground and when you don't play and you are unaware about the odd bounces. So now Karwan immediately batting first, not knowing a lot about the wicket. This one flicked on the onside, still not a boundary and a mix-up. Oh, that's could be a run out.
Well, that should have been 2 every day, all day. Ramesh Shehzad, a slightly casual there. And thankfully, Sardar Behzad turned around in time, or it would have been curtains.
Yeah, just singles. The boundaries has dried up. It's certainly hurting the team Karwan CC. Not being able to purchase that boundary or that one bowler they can go after. Maybe they'll look at the other loop. So, that was hit me delivery. Gone down the leg side. Only wide.
Well, that's what tends to happen when you're in a defensive frame of mind. Even the poor deliveries, you tend to miss out on them. They have a deep mid-wicket, cow corner, long on and long off. Very straight field set for these two batters. Hoyt towards that square leg fielder. There you go. He'll clean it up. Waheed Ahmed out there.
He'll have a role to play in as well as a batter. He would love to get the small total to chase. But I think as long as we have Ramesh Shehzad, then likes of Sardar Behzad, Nadir Ali to come. I think Qamar Rawan is also playing tonight. So I think plenty of batting options that remain to be seen from Karwan CC. They are nowhere out of the game. But right now, right at the top is the vision shipping.
The bowling effort so far from TVSL has been stupendous. Really on the money. Tucked around the corner. And that's a steady over from Nadeem. He does well. 41 for 3. Shehbaz Ali, the all-rounder, coming on to bowl from the school end. Only one wicket in the tournament. That's a surprise for me, but that economy rate, as always, top-notch. And I think he will enjoy bowling on this surface.
There you go. You can see that some angling in from Shehbaz, and the first delivery goes for the dot ball. I think Shehbaz is that which we were talking off mic, is someone who's underrated player. He's an exceptional batter and he's a tremendous bowler. Shehbaz Ali, you can rely on him, and a player like Shehbaz Ali is something that someone every team needs in the center.
Well, absolutely. He can bat at any position from 5 to 8 and give you those 4 overs of quality outswing. Has good pace as well and likes to play under pressure. That's what I like the most about him. He's a crisis man.
Yeah, he loves to play under pressure. He does remind me of a few knocks that he played, a match-winning knocks with the bat, and I've seen him clearly. Batters struggle against him. He's not a very wicket-taker bowler, you could say, but the economical is something his speciality is. It's difficult to hit him straight down the ground.
Oh, that was almost chopped onto the stumps. Not sure what Sardar Behzad was doing there. He's really struggling. 4 of just 12 deliveries.
Well, that's deceiving him with the pace. Absolutely quick and brilliant. Now, what happened is Sardar Behzad haven't faced a real quick bowler so far. It was up front against the medium paces. Right coming in the center was a left arm tweaker, it was spinner. And now when the real pace comes in, you struggle to time. So that's what is happening with Sardar Behzad, I think. But that's too much, playing 12 deliveries and scoring only 4 runs.
He certainly needs to get moving here. This time flashed behind the slip fielder in that gully region, Webb of Vaswani. Good to see a young champ like him getting opportunities for a top side. Usually see him as a wicket keeper, and he has a big future ahead of him.
Well, I don't see anyone else, if you have likes of Umar Rashid in your side, to hand him over the gloves. I think he's a perfect wicket keeper, very, very athlete, and a superman behind the stumps is Umar Rashid. He's in class. But then the young man like Vaswani need to learn a lot from the seniors now. This is the stage where you learn from the seniors what they exactly do.
Big swish there from Ramiz Shehzad. Well, they've gotten their feet stuck in quicksand here, Karwan CC. This partnership is not going anywhere, Abid.
Well, clearly only 11 runs partnership, and that took a real while. And now you see Ramiz Shehzad who's on playing around a 40 strike rate. Same goes with Sardar Behzad. This 40 run or 50 run strike rate is no longer part of the T20 cricket, my friend. You need to upskill. You at least need to play with 100 run strike rate. Anything above than that, that's appreciated.
Just the ones on offer, nothing else so far from TVSL. This has been the best bowling performance of the tournament so far for me.
Yeah, kept quiet. It's not the ordinary batters in front that you're firing your bowls up. It's Ramiz Shehzad. Played for the UAE national side. A very experienced batter, Sardar Behzad. The finest all-rounder we have around, one of the batters you like to have in front in your team who can give you those 4 overs as well. So it's a pretty similar role that Shehbaz Ali does for division shipping. He's up there for Karwan CC.
Once again, jabbing at that one, but couldn't beat the backward point fielder. Excellent over from Shehbaz Ali, testing them on the back foot. 43 for 3 at the halfway stage.
We had the ICC Cricket Academy. Very tense moments for Karwan strikers. The vision shipping was certainly enjoying the command on the game. Talking about the commanding is Neil Oja to take the command in the commentary box, replacing Ahmed Khwaja. Welcome, Neil.
Thank you so much, Abid. 44 for 3 for Karwan strikers. The team that has got in the reckoning at the time when every other team has played their set of games. Meanwhile, this one has been hit big and huge. Maximum.
Sardar Bazad finally opening his arms, now trying to go big. That one came nicely underneath the bat, and I think that shot will break the shackles, Neil.
Well, yes, they will have to do that. Ramesh Shehzad, 18 deliveries, 9 runs, 15 deliveries, 11 runs for Sardar. They definitely will have to change the momentum from here on, unless they're intending to play it deep and then maybe after the 16th over go hammer and tongs. They go at 9 and over from here on, they'll get 135.
I think nothing less than 150 is a decent total, as you have to get that 10 runs and over from here. I think being Ramesh Shehzad at the centre alongside Sardar Bazad, possible, Neil?
Oh yeah, absolutely possible. Sardar with that 6 definitely made an announcement about his intent. Ramesh looks a little scratchy today, but also hasn't played cricket from quite some time. So that off-season rustiness definitely comes out.
Yeah, look at that. Oh, that's coming in. Well, that was never worth a shout because Ramesh clearly making those 3 stumps visible. Yeah.
Well, yeah, impact outside leg, going further down leg. No reason why the umpire would raise that finger. He keeps it down. 10.5 gone. 53 for 1. Last delivery. Steps down Ramesh. This time it's flat. Over the fielder at long on. Maximum.
Well, it was something that we were been missing throughout the season. Thank you, Rambo, showing your class coming down the track. It can't get better than this, watching Ramesh Shehzad using the crease. 11 gone, 57 for 3. Well, experienced old fox is with the ball, the left arm tweaker. Fayaz Ahmed loops the ball in the air. That's his trademark delivery. Opening his spell, I think, little late to introduce him. I think alongside Nadeem, he would have done a fine job.
Well, that's right. Coming in a little late, but still can create an impact. If you can get rid of these 2 guys, Sardar and Ramesh, Fayaz might just be opening the floodgates for his side.
The amount of experience he carries, I think he'll be playing the role of containing runs where the other end maybe get the benefit of taking wickets because of Fayaz Ahmed, who's expert when it comes to be economical. He bowls very, very slow in the air. Just like that, and a misfield will give a reward to Ramesh Shehzad. 4 runs.
And this should have been stopped. No anticipation there at fine leg. And that bounced right in front of him. A boundary for Ramesh. And with that boundary, Karwan strikers now head to 62 for 3 in 11.3.
You know, at least they are following. They're getting those 7, 8 or 9 perhaps in the over. Oh, this is good running. This is brilliant running between the wicket. Ramesh Shehzad running hard at the center of ICC Cricket Academy. That shows he has intent to make some runs.
Well, yeah, played it with extremely soft hands, realizing that the fielder at deep square leg was at the boundary, and took the first one hard, came in to complete the second. 64 on board. Batting first, Karwan strikers against TVSL. They'll need to do a lot better from where they are.
Down the leg side. A wide delivery there from Fayaz Ahmed. There you go. He's hunting for the pads. So he doesn't want to offer anything outside off to Ramesh Shehzad. That's what you know each other about. Excellent delivery. That was just kept a little touch low than they expected, Ramesh Shehzad. So how much do you back the decision to bat first when you're playing your first game of the season?
Well, I mean, considering the wickets that we are playing on, and with the change that it brings about, meanwhile, this one has been played towards fine leg. There's a chase on, but the ball will win the race. 4 runs there.
Yeah, it's been a very good, tricky Ramesh Shehzad and a very experienced Fayaz who tried to follow the batter. I think that's what you need to do. But when little wrong, the fielders didn't give their 100%. It's 12 gone, 69 for 3. Well, now the dugout looks a little happy for Karwan CC. I think that 10 runs and over is what the Karwan CC must be looking, with Ramesh Shehzad and Sardar Behzad now making good runs, good contribution together. Ramesh was struggling earlier, now he's playing a runnable knock. As soon as he gets the middle of the wood, he gets that confident, I think he'll go big. We'll see one of the finest knock tonight, maybe, Neil.
Well, yeah, he'll have to do a lot more than what he's doing. A lot more than what is expected of him, because not in a great spot this side right now after winning the toss, electing to bat first today. Playing their first match of the tournament. Abid, you were asking about the decision to bat first. I fail to understand batting first in these conditions on a wicket that we've seen does a lot with the ball. It's absolutely tricky.
Look at that extra bounce and extra pace. Well, Neil, coming back to you, Christian, now you don't know a lot about this surface because you haven't been in there, but you have watched a lot of games. And considering the weather, and it's 90% of the time where the teams choose to bowl first, because we have the dew factor, we have that the different conditions that we play. I think this cricketers knows better than anyone else. I was still surprised that Karwan striker choose to bat first.
Yeah, beats me, completely beats me. But a decision nonetheless.
Now, I'm waiting to see when we'll have Ramesh against Shehbaz, because all this time Shehbaz has been bowling against Sardar Behzad, who's struggling with the pace of Shehbaz because there haven't been a real quick bowler so far. 2 medium pacers have started, 2 spinners came in the middle, and then now Shehbaz, who's extremely quick. So that's what I think Sardar Behzad is struggling with. You see, coming late onto the bowl.
Well, yeah, you're right. The pace at which the bowlers bowl, if you vary them, things change. Leading edge. Drops in an area where there's literally no one.
A single after playing 3 dot poles. You could have played with soft hands on a very first delivery and got to the other end. There you go. Looking sharp, Neil, to my left.
Yeah, give me some apples, I'll cut them.
Yeah, certainly enjoying the game. Looking Karwan strikers making their first present appearance tonight. I was really eager to see how hard they'll come this season. I think they have got a very brilliant club that run by Babar Iqbal. They look after these players really well.
There was short delivery, played it straight to the fielder. You're right, it's a good club, good set of players. But again, coming out of a season break, playing your first game of the season, always challenging, always difficult. It's not very easy to get into your rhythm back unless you've been training during the off-season. And it's very rare that you see players training during off-season.
I certainly know that Karwan strikers do that. They have had, I think, the last month they had a fitness test club for the players who will be joining them for the season. Oh, you give him a pace, he'll smash you. Ramiz Shehzad at his best.
Well, yeah, an opportunity that presented, and Ramiz Shehzad ensuring that he makes the best out of that. A maximum coming in from his willow. 13 gone, 76 for 3.
Quick delivery onto the patch, firing up. This is Fayaz Ahmed, who's usually slow in the air but gets the punishment. Gone for 4, and that's given as runs.
Well, the runs coming now, thick and high for the Karwan strikers. They did lose 3 wickets rather quickly, but there's a good strong comeback that has been structured by Ramiz Shehzad and Sardar Behzad. 80 for 3. Now the projected score at 10 and over is gone to 145. Highly possible with these two guys in the center.
Fired it, and that's down the leg side. I don't know why Fayaz has been hunting for those arm bowls today. He's a lot quick than usual. And firing onto the pads, that's not the ideal deliveries. Not even threatening the batter to get dismissed or causing any problem for Sardar Behzad or neither Ramiz Shehzad.
And not just that, when you're bowling that line down the leg side or the leg stump line with fine leg inside, you have very little margin for error, because a little connection on the ball will quickly go past the fine leg fielder for a 4, and that's what we've seen at multiple times, because the short fine leg fielder won't be able to hold it as soon as the connection is made. And thus, either he changes his line, brings it to a middle stump line, or sends the fine leg to the boundary.
Yeah, he offered it to the outside off. A nice cut shot. Ramiz was very strong onto the back foot. But now, it does not make a lot of sense for me when you have a fine leg up and you're darting onto the patch, firing. So, real trouble. Oh, this one has been lofted. That remained in the air and went beyond the rope for a glorious 6 runs from Ramiz.
Humongous is the word. And they did it in style. Ramiz Shehzad gets that shot going, and it's so good to see him in this kind of a form.
Well, that's a perfect example when you want to get back in the form. I think you spend some time in the center, the shots will keep on improving. That's one way to get on to the top of the form, and Ramiz knows things so too.
Definitely does. A lot of experience. He comes in with a cricketing pedigree. His father, Mr. Shehzad Altaf, played for UAE. Ramiz has played for UAE. 14 overs gone, 88 for 3.
Sujat Malook is a new bowler. A lot of experience, and those death over specialists. Sujat Malook. I remember back in maybe 2016 or 17 seeing him. He used to be very good when he used to hit that block hole area. I think the pace is a little gone off.
Well, yeah, has to be consistent with his line and length, even if the pace goes down. And that's exactly what happens with most of the fast bowlers. After a certain age, the pace goes down, but then they rely on accuracy.
Well, indeed. I think Zahir Khan was the perfect example for that. He used to, I think he played when he was 37, 38, and he used to be really, really threatening against the batters. So he used to carry that form and the pace as well. With a decent pace, he ended his career.
Yeah, also it's important to know when to finish your career.
Oh, very good point there. A very good point there. Yeah. Well, certainly.
Abid, you still been bowling?
Oh, no, I think after the last few games, that's smashed. Beautiful shot from Ramiz Shehzad. Look at the force and the power.
That was amazingly played there. Waited for the ball and played it uppishly.
Well, he make it look so easy. That's not an easy shot to execute. That's on the rise. That's what we've been talking about, the experience of Ramiz Shehzad. The only players, father and son, who represented UAE at the World Cup. I've been mentioning this earlier. In 1996, Mr. Shehzad Altaf represented UAE in 2015. This boy. Not a boy anymore, but yes, Ramiz Shehzad.
Well, that's right. Both of them bringing in laurels to the house, to the country. UAE qualifying for the 2015 World Cup in Australia, and now for the 2022 T20 World Cup in Australia again.
Oh, yes. We have a bunch of guys who went to Australia in 2015. The coach of Karwan, ICC. Oh, this one has been tonged and made a beautiful sound out of the park.
I just hope that anyone who's looking to park their cars outside should learn from this and take their cars from there. Risk beyond measure. Look at that. Huge 6, and that is the end of the over. No, there's one more delivery to go in this over, but 100 on board for Karwan strikers with that.
A lovely way to get 100. Now, Karwan striker looks really in a good shape. That's a perfect example. When you lose wickets, you forget about the power play. You forget about the runs. It's all about spending time in the center. The more you spend your time at the wicket, the better it will get for you. Perfect example. Now Sardar Behzad and Ramesh Shehzad cruising towards the big total.
If from here on, definitely an opportunity to go beyond 150. Quite doable. Last delivery of the over. Where does Sajjad Malook bowl to Behzad? Because it's been an expensive over. 1-4, 1-6 already in it. How many more?
One more. Downtown and a 6 run.
Huge 6. And look at that. How far has it gone? Really big to finish the over.
Ramesh using the crease pretty well there. I think from here 160 looks to be the target where Karwan striker would be eyeing on. I think that's possible with 2 man well settled in the center.
Well, yeah, Sardar is doing well. Whenever he gets the opportunity, goes big, but otherwise doesn't really waste much time in the center. Quickly takes a single, gets off strike, brings Ramesh on strike. We've seen some really clean hits coming in from the willow of Ramesh Shehzad. Maybe a little more to come.
Steps out, takes charge. Now that will be just a single, I think. Easy one there. We've been talking about Australia around the corner where we'll have a T20 World Cup. The UAE will be participating as well. We're talking about 2015, the 50 over World Cup, which was held in Australia again. We have the coach of Karwan strikers. Oh, down the leg side, big shout, not given. Umpire not interested. And that was maybe hitting the pads. No. A very good decision in the end. Oh, clean. Straight to the fielder. Only single. That was hit hard. So now the bat is, the ball is connecting pretty well for Sardar Behzad and Ramesh Shehzad also.
You're right. The connection is good. But they'll have to stick around. Down the leg side. And a wide has been called. Now this is poor. This is really poor. What the bowler is doing is he's trying to stay away from the arc of Ramesh Shehzad, and that's why he's trying to fire them down on the leg side so that he doesn't get it on the off stump line, off or middle technically. And that is, again, they have to pay a big price for that. Down the leg side, wide, and a boundary for that.
Well, you have no one to blame on. Nothing really for the wicketkeeper. That was quick fire down the leg side and 5 runs for free. Freebies for Karwan strikers they would love at this stage of the game. This is certainly now making a statement, Karwan striker.
Now up in the air. Is the fielder going to take it? Looks like he's taken it. That is the end of Ramesh Shehzad. Jawad Ghani comes underneath the ball.
Well, he went for it. It was well away from him. One-handed, couldn't clear the rope. The experienced Jawad Ghani takes the catch. End of Ramesh Shehzad scored 44 of 36 deliveries. It's 1-1-6-4. Coming in is Kamaraman, who will be on non-striking end. So it was a final delivery. Oh, good pacey delivery. Now, the contest between Shehbaz and Ramiz has been not so much. They've just Ramiz faced him maybe a couple of deliveries where he's gone for one. He likes to get the pace, and the only bowler who can generate pace here is Shehbaz.
You're right. When you bowl that raw pace, your ability to get wickets, more than anything else, also instills the fear in the batter's mind that they have to bring the bat down in time. Straight to the fielder, dot ball.
Oh, chance here. I don't know what they were discussing between the wicket. The first thing when you see your partner is not running, the priority should be running backwards. Sardar Behzad, I think he was hung in the center. So still with losing Ramiz at this juncture of the game, 150 looks on card.
Well, yes, still got enough batting. A loose shot there, but the ball will land safely. Just a single, didn't really connect it well. Sardar Behzad looks slightly out of sorts in the last couple of shots that we've seen.
What I've noticed, he's been struggling against the pace. Shehbaz may be hitting that heavy ball, taking a little extra bounce, which he generates because of his action. That's what I think is disturbing Sardar Behzad, who's not been able to clean or hit him for boundaries to Shehbaz. This first delivery for Kamaravan, right time for him to come in. Oh, beautiful delivery from Shehbaz.
You're right. Shehbaz has done extremely well. 2.4 overs, just 10 runs. Crammed them for runs, not giving them runs. hasn't been lucky enough to get a wicket or two. Couple of chances, definitely, but not wickets.
Indeed. Oh, this one has been lofted on the onside, but the result would be only single. I think Kamar would be relieved to get off the mark with a big hoik. So our intentions are being very clear that Kamar has come down. He would not be wasting much time. Would be going for the big shots the moment he is stepped in.
One last delivery. Where does he bowl that? Can he pick a wicket? And if he picks this of Sardar Behzad, a lot could change in their favour. Shahbaz Ali.
Maybe a time for the vision shipping to make a comeback in the game. They've been dominating in the first half. Well, that's up in the air. Could be a chance. Yes. A simple catch for a keeper. Sardar Behzad's struggle against Shahbaz comes to an end.
Well, yeah, he looked tentative in front of Shahbaz's pace. This one got big on him and ended up giving a simple catch to the wicket-keeper. Umar Arshad completes a catch. Sardar Behzad's gone 34 of 35, 118 for 5.
Mohammad Nadeem will be bowling his final over. So he's bowling that crucial over. A very good delivery. Oh, really good footwork there from the senior man.
Well, yeah, you normally associate footwork with the batters, but when the fielders do it, it just looks a little off. You don't want to see fielders using their feet too much.
Just a tuck and good running. Nadir is so quick between the wicket. It will be a now different task for Kamar Awan to run along Nadir Hussain.
You're right. Nadir Hussain has played a lot of cricket in the domestic circuit.
Yeah. Oh, this one is being tongued up. And that stays up. That stays over. That clears the fence. What a hit from Kamar Awan.
Big shot there. The ball was coming into him. Used the pace of the ball, flicked it. Beautifully done. The tall, lanky Kamar Awan. Got long levers. Takes good advantage of that.
Very strong towards the onside. Oh, that is missing. The sticks. Oh, very close to the stumps. I think inches it was away. Again testing Kamar Awan on the pads.
Dot ball there. Every dot ball will add value to TVSL's performance in the ability to keep Karwan strikers on a limited score, but not with this one. This is even bigger, even better, maximum.
Well, that's on to the roof. What a hit from Kamar Awan. He's making a statement. Look at that. In the arc, out of the park. End of the over. 18 gone, 132 for 5. Well, on strike is Nadir Hussain. Young. Oh, that's up in the air. Lucky didn't go. That got a little big on him. And I've been watching Nadir Hussain since my childhood, and he's still a child.
Well, yes, extremely fit. Nadir Hussain. Probably one of the fastest here in the domestic circuit. One of the fastest ones. Plays a lot of indoor cricket as well, and probably his running between the wickets can be credited to that.
True. You need different sort of practice for different works. Running between the wicket is something that you learn where the ball doesn't get dead in the indoor. Oh, beautiful delivery. Completely hitting. Oh, hitting that block hole right. God, it's still single there.
Well, yeah, Karwan brought the bat down in time, and Nadir wanted to go for it. Kamar responded well.
Yeah, I think Kamar knows that there is no margin for me to looking around. My partner would be running for anything. Nadir was very quick between the wicket. Is a perfect example. Well, for him, age is just a number. I'm not sure how old is he.
I'm sure he's not going to be happy if he's listening or once he listens to this commentary after the game. And I know a lot of these players go back home and listen to their commentary. Meanwhile, Nadir Hussain has gone. His little short stint in the centre comes to an end. Wanted to go big, wanted to make use of the last few balls. Ended up giving a simple catch.
Yeah, clearing the front leg, but not timing it sweet. Walking out is Nadir Hussain. A lot of expectations was with Nadir Hussain, but he couldn't contribute much here. So he's walked out. It's 134 for 6. Shehbaz to bowl. Last 3 deliveries of his quota. Extremely bowling. Full at the block hall. I think that would be the ideal delivery to bowl against the new man who's walked in is Zahid Ali. Shehbaz. It's that good length area. I think I really wanted to see how he responds to the new batter. The way he was bowling that Yorkers, that would have been an ideal delivery for Zahid Ali. But I think it's a good deceiving ball from non-striking, and Zahid Ali must be looking that Shehbaz is bowling the Yorkers. He must be expecting one, but then bowling a half-tracker. Has done a good job, surprised the batter. I think at the death overs, it's all about surprising the opponents.
Well, yeah. Last ball there. Up in the air again. Wicketkeeper says mine and he collects it. One more wicket gone. Zahid Ali, without opening his account, will have to take that long walk back. Again, that ball that got big on him. The bouncers are working, and they're working pretty well. 19th over gone. It's 135 for 7.
Final over. I think Sajjad got only bowled 1 over. I don't think so the spinner will be coming in here. So ideally to bowl the final over is Sajjad Malook, who's got plenty of experience as well. So hold the fast, but yes, it is Sajjad Malook. Will be bowling that final over. Now a lot counts in this over. They must be targeting nothing. Should be above than 10 runs and over here. 145 around they'll be looking for the team TVSL. It's a pressure situation and Karwan on strike. That's been up in the air. Not timed it well, but that just fall into that hand. That's the dismissal of Karwan. His struggle comes to an end.
One more wicket gone. Karwan. He's sent in there to create that impact with those big shots that he plays. Hit a couple of big sixes, but finally departs. 16 of 10 is what he scored. 135 for 8.
That's been again up in the air. Ismail Khan gives it a catch and Sajjad Malook is on a hat-trick. 2 back-to-back wickets.
Well, yes, both trying to go big. Not connecting well, gifting catches. And there are takers as well. One more gone. It's 135 for 9.
Well, it's a pressure situation where you see the captain walked in for the last 4 deliveries. Sajjad on a hat-trick. Bowled wide, so he still remains on a hat-trick.
I don't understand that delivery though. You're on a hat-trick and you're bowling a wide-ish delivery. More of a defensive approach on that. But yeah, if It's not a legal delivery. Hat-trick continues.
Yeah, only a final wicket. Unaib on a strike. The slower one. He goes big. Maybe a chance. No chance. Hitting straight bullseye.
Well, you saw it early and beautifully. Unaib realized that it's not the regular pace, waited for the ball and went really big on this. 6 coming in. And now 149 on board with that 6.
Beautiful wrist work there from Unaib. Where was he until now? Off the mark with the maximum. Oh, that's been up in the air and a soft dismissal. Not the shot you want to play. In the end, it got a great catch in the over. 3 wickets. Beautiful over from Sajjad Al-Muluk. And the team Karwan could only manage 142 runs in all allotted 10 wickets.
Babar Iqbal staying on the non-striking end, came in at the end, the skipper, but wasn't able to get on a strike at all.
Yeah, that will be untested. Yeah, there you go. You see a lot of zeros in this. Lovepreet not making a contribution. He's gone for a duck. So only 2 players made the major runs in this first inning of ICC, SkyExchange.net ICC Academy Summer Cup 2022, powered by Fancoat. Kamarawan playing that crucial knock in the middle. Those 2 sixes helped the cause. In the end, only 142 what they could bag. I think they are short of maybe 15 runs, Neil?
I agree with you. 15 odd runs, 160 odd on board. They definitely would have been able to make an impact. Didn't even play their full 20. But that's all right. With the help of 17 extras, it's 142 on board.
Yeah. Bit too many extras there from these bowlers. But right on the top, you see the 2 names doing the major damage. The captain, Saqib Mahmood, bowled 4 overs, picked up a wicket and been economical with 5.5. And talk about Jawad Ghani's economy. Just 2 runs economy. He's given only 8 runs in 4 overs and picked up 2 big wickets. What a contribution now. That up front, they haven't given anything. Only Mohammad Nadeem turned out to be an expensive one. Sajjad Muluk also gone for runs but picked up those 3 wickets in the final over that paid back. So I think they'll be happy overall, the team Vision Shipping, with the final total of 143. Let's quickly have a look at the highlights, how it spun out. The first ball, and then Furqan Khalil was looking for the cleaners, but full shot there. That was the first wicket. It's gone, and then wickets were kept on falling. These 2 bowlers kept on troubling the batters with the outswingers. Furqan's dismissal was an epic one. Then this partnership has held the ship and put some good total. Ramesh Shahzad took his time. He came, tried to watch the ball, remain on non-striking end for a while when Sardar Bazad was playing. But when they got going, they really helped the cause in the middle. That was one-handed shot which fell short. And Jawad Ghani took that beautiful catch. And in the end, just these 2 sixes from Kamarawan. And then this was Nadir Hussein's dismissal, which was a soft one. And then there was only wickets until the final 1-6 run came off Unaib in the end. And it overall remained a one-sided affair where the Vision Shipping is really happy with the final total. They'll be looking to make it a count tonight. So we'll take a short break to see the run chase of the Vision Shipping.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Time for live action. The chase is on as Division Shipping take on Karwan Strikers. It was the Karwan Strikers that batted first. Scored 142. Now 143 is the target for Vision Shipping. Don't think it's a very steep target. Pretty doable. Vaibhav Vaswani. This youngster is on strike. We saw him bat really well in the previous game. Had glimpses of panache. Meanwhile, this time up in the air. One bounce. And with that single will open his account. Vaibhav, as Salman will get on strike. And joining me at the striker's end now is going to be Ahmed Khwaja. Welcome, Ahmed.
Good evening, Neil. Interesting decision by TVSL, two young openers. As you can see, Team Pakistan completing the late training session, heading out of the ICC Academy. Important match for them tomorrow as well against Afghanistan in Sharjah. Best of luck to both sides.
That's right. Hard yards being put in by all the teams. Here at the ICC Academy, we've seen them train.
Yeah, a lot of buzz around them, of course. Down the leg side, and it's beat the keeper as well. Poor delivery from Zahid Ali. And that will be 5 wides gifted to TVSL. Zahid Ali, usually very experienced swing bowler, very accurate, good pace as well. They need him to be on the money. They're only defending a paltry score of 142. And Salman, we saw glimpses of him in the previous season for TVSL. Hard hitting, young opener, plenty of quality, plenty of skill. But these are tricky batting conditions. The ball is seaming around on this grassy deck. Oh, that's been even worse. It was a horror delivery right out of the hand. And those are 5 big wides.
We had 10 runs gifted without bowling a delivery, a legal one. We don't do that. Extremely expensive start there for the Karwan Strikers. Definitely speaks volumes about their off-season. No training, it looks like.
Definitely looked very rusty with the bat and now with the ball. 11 runs off just 2 legal deliveries. The pressure is off the 2 TVSL openers. Now it's going to be the Karwan CC fast man looking to recover. Nicely clipped off the hip. There is a deep square leg in place for Salman Khan to get off the mark.
Vaibhav Vaswani and Salman Khan. All right, look at that. Superstars of Pakistan. Fakhar Zaman having a quick chat with our young boys of the Vision Shipping.
Oh, absolutely. Fantastic left-hand batter. Still remember his incredible innings in the semi-final against Australia in the World T20 last year. Change of pace there from Zahid Ali, mixing it up. And Vaibhav just looking for that check drive. Thankfully, kept an eye on the ball, didn't go through with the shot.
You're right. A splendid knock in the Champions Trophy final against India, 2017. That no ball by Jasprit Bumrah on the wicket-taking delivery and changed the face of the game by scoring a massive century.
Truly a sliding doors moment in Fakhar Zaman's career. Played comfortably off the back foot. Zahid Ali, he's not bowling at full tilt after those back-to-back wides. Just looking to get his line right. And you can see, although he's super fit, he is just heaving a bit. Just shows that they've not really been put through their paces in the off-season. They haven't got overs in their legs, so to speak.
It's extremely important on how you use your off-season. There are times when you realize that, oh, there you go. Weber Vaswani didn't look very comfortable from the start of it, and now ends up giving a very simple catch, trying to drag the ball from outside off straight into the hands of the fielder.
Well, he'll be desperately disappointed. That was a hit-me delivery. Nobody on the leg side boundary, and he found the only fielder in the ring at mid-wicket. Gone for 1 off 5. It's 12 for 1. So it's the TVSL captain, Saqib Mahmood, coming down at 1 drop. Usually opens the innings for them. It's not a big total to chase, but they'd certainly like a partnership here in the top 3. Just to settle the nerves in the dugout. And it's going to be some left-arm spin coming in. Mohammad Ismail Khan to bowl from the school end, and there you can see anxious fans waiting to meet their heroes outside the ICC Academy. That glimpse, that moment, it's worth a lifetime. Fakhar Zaman, you beauty, going to the fans once again. Good looking cut shot, that is absolutely brilliant batting from Salman Khan.
Yeah, he saw that opportunity, was a little too close to cut, but still went with the shot. Getting that boundary for himself and his team. TVSL now 16 for 1.
How did he find that gap between point and cover? Only Salman Khan knows. Ismail Khan, young promising left arm spinner. He's bulked up significantly in the off season. And that's a good delivery, good response. He's not sure which way the ball is turning just yet.
Yeah, you're right. Off-season does that to you. Lesser training, maybe no training. Probably going home for holidays, eating everything that's possible.
Yeah, some aloo parathas perhaps. Drags his length back. Saw Salman Khan on the move. Yeah, I think he's been working hard in the gym as well. It's not just the weight. His shoulders look a lot broader. The chest looks a lot wider. He's definitely bulked up. Lofted straight down the ground over the mid-off. Easy pickings for Salman.
Good looking shot. A boundary comes in very comfortably. Mid-off inside circle. All he had to do was clear that fielder. And he does that in style. Salman Khan. 2 boundaries in this over already for him.
Yeah, this move to introduce spin early. Certainly not working. 2 clean strikes. And make that a 3rd. Action replay, but only the distance is even further.
That's right. It was in the arc. And as we say, out of the park. Maximum. 14 runs of this over. It's an expensive over.
Yeah, just nothing behind the ball. No revs. Just putting it in the slot. You need to put some action on the ball. Either via your body, your shoulders, your wrist. We have seen there is turn available if you get it right. Flying start here for TVSL with the bat. A lot of extras and a lot of freebies from Karwan CC. Definitely feels like they're shaking out the cobwebs.
Indeed. No consistency with the bat. With the ball also pretty similar. Last ball will be a single, and that should be the end of the over. 2 overs gone, 27 for 1.
Well, it's the Badshah himself, Babar Azam, giving some time to the fans and teaching them how to take selfies as well.
What better than that? What a fantastic person that he is, man. I love this. What we've seen over here is this fan who wanted to take a picture with Babar, didn't probably get the frame right or the lighting right. He takes over the phone and says, listen, this is how you do it. Fantastic.
Well, these are wonderful images being captured here at the ICC Academy Summer Cup. Top job by our cameraman and our broadcast partner TCM. I'm sure that fan will clip it, locate it on the ICC Academy Facebook page or fan code or CricTracker. It's a memory worth a lifetime. Babar Azam teaching me how to take a selfie. Wonderful stuff. Zaid Ali continues. Lovely punch through extra cover. Well, was that Babar Azam or Virat Kohli himself? It will be reined in, but check out the footwork and that high elbow, Neil Oja.
It was beautiful. Beautiful. Straight out from the textbook. That's how it's done. Front foot in line with the ball. High elbow. Great balance. And didn't really overhit it.
Well, it's a select few in the world who can play that shot with control and ease and make it look good as well. Aesthetically so pleasing. Salman Khan. This time he's been foxed with the slowie. Fielder won't get there. The mid-on just couldn't get there. Lovepreet Singh Bajwa. That was top bowling from Zaid Ali.
That's right. Came in with a trap, but lucky there. Didn't really get stuck in it. Sakid Mahmood, the captain now. 48 runs to his credit in this tournament. Nothing really much impressive so far.
Yeah, he's been quiet, although he's been brilliant with the ball on these grassy wickets, but understandable. It's tough for an opener out there. Facing the new seed, a lot of quality fast bowlers in the UAE domestic scene. This time he smashed it over cow corner. Saqib Mahmood announces himself with style. Look at that ball. Scurry away. Down onto the highway.
Well, yeah, picking that ball up and from front and played it towards the place where we keep saying, don't park your cars. That's the hit zone.
Well, I'm worried about mine. It's just right there in that zone. Hopefully, Saqib Mahmood will hit some smaller sixes, and thank you to the assistants from the fan helping us out from the car park.
Yeah.
That's wonderful.
You're right. Some good engagement there within the fans. 36 for 1, chasing 143.
Really is a blazing start for the men in blue and red. And the men in yellow, well, that expression on Zaid Ali's face says it all. They look shell-shocked. And once again, a change of pace, nicely bowled. Quicker off-cutter, outside off. Just keeping the batter honest.
There is good bowling performance in bits and pieces, and that's not going to help them. You need to be consistent. You need to do it every single time.
Couldn't agree more, Neil Oja. Absolutely spot on. And I'm quite surprised to see Zaid Ali spraying the ball all over the place. He's usually so reliable. Seen him win countless matches. This time it's just clipped in the air, mid-off, settles and takes a very good catch. That's the Zaid Ali we know and love.
That's right. There was movement, very little. Just moved away from the batter, and that shot couldn't really connect it well. The ball did go up in the air, and a simple catch. Saqib Mahmood, the skipper, is out. 36 for 2.
So success for Zahid Ali. 2 wickets in the power play. Nasir Faraz, well, he's been in sparkling form for TVSL. The young batter from KP. And excellent technique. Right behind it is Salman Khan. 19 of 10 for him. 36 for 2. Successful over for Karwan. Well, it's going to be the young skiddy Unaib Rahman coming in from the school end. Another young promising fast bowler. He is basically our version of Hassan Ali. Doesn't look quick on the surface, but he can rush the batter. Nasir Faraz, look at that. 181 runs in the tournament. Brilliant strike rate. And he's been a real find. Attempted Yorker, nicely dug out and pushing for 1. That's the sign of a man in form. No balls wasted.
Well, yeah, straight up into the business end. 37 for 2. Current run rate of 11.68, required 6.3. That's not a big task. And especially the way Nasir has been playing. The previous game scored a beautiful half century. So there's no reason why it wouldn't come through for division shipping. All they need to ensure is they stick around and play deep.
Absolutely, you bat the 20 overs, you'll win the game. But they would like that net run rate boost to increase the chances of the semis. Off the hip and nicely clipped behind fine leg. Easy pickings for Salman. And that's a poor delivery from Unaib. He needs to be outside off, just tailing in. An elegant leg glance.
Well, that's right. Beautifully played to get that boundary. And what they've been doing is they've been ensuring that they get boundary literally every over. And that helps.
Yeah, it's been an expensive power play. Going at 12.3 when the required is half of that. Literally half of that. And that zigzaggy run up Pulled with authority and class. What a shot from Salman Khan.
Salman is not taking the foot off the pedal. He knows that he's got in a very good opportunity to score big today. The bowling isn't really incisive, which primarily means that he will be gifted a few looseners on which he should attack and convert them into big. And that's what he's done. 27 already on board.
That was a nothing delivery from Uneb. He had absolute ages to get in front of it and smashing it in front of square as well. That shows he really nailed it. Let's see what Uneb Rahman can produce here. Oh, that's really poor. Past fine leg once again. And he's already given up the chase.
4 runs, back-to-back boundaries. And it's not that he's trying hard or he's hitting big. Very, very simple. And getting those runs in.
And that fielding effort wasn't anything great either. Ismail Khan, you're a youngster. You should be throwing yourselves around in this beautiful outfield. Instead, he was just trotting up like an old horse. Not the kind of body language you expect from a new team making their debut in the tournament.
You're right. And I think, again, it's all about just resting the off-season out.
Oh, down the leg side once again. He hasn't been able to find that line outside off. 50 up for TVSL.
Yeah, 50 coming in literally no time. 3.4 overs. Yes, they've lost 2 wickets, but then those runs on board will weigh in heavy. Have a look at the required run rate. Just 5.69.
And they have pretty much back-to-back matches every day in the final stretch, Karwan CC. So the time to make amends, the time to make repairs, it'll be very short indeed between games.
That's right. Literally no time to plan and come back. They just have to come back and deliver the goods.
Already 14 runs off the over. In deep conversation.
As we say, when you arrive late for a party, you don't get the starters.
Well said. 50 for 2. We're just in the 4th. Wonderful punch. Beats the extra cover. And well, take a screenshot of that, Salman Khan. That is glorious.
Beautiful looking drive there, Salman. Absolutely sound, technical and poor piece of fielding to complete this boundary and to complete the over. 4 overs gone, 54 for 2.
Nasif Faraz to face. Zahid Ali continues his spell. And that's much more like it. It's good to have a senior pacer like him in the side. But he's been off the boil as well tonight, unfortunately.
You're right. Not on top of the game. But they'll have to fine tune really quick and come back super strong really quick, because the next games that they have lined up don't really have much time in between those.
Well, 6 points will certainly take you into the semis, so they have 3 games after this. Oh, it's a top edge, gone straight up. Keeper settles and takes it. No mistake made by Furkan Khalil. So despite it all, Zahid Ali has 3 wickets to his name.
Well, that's right. Every over he's come, he's picked up a wicket. But there's no respite from the other end. Runs leaking. And with that fall of wicket, Nasser Faraz, TVSL on 54 for 3.
Mohammad Nadeem coming in at 5. He will be at the non-strikers end. Salman Khan, 35 of 15. Well, he's batting on a different surface. Slowy, nicely bowled by Zahid Ali.
You're right. Salman definitely looks like he's, when it comes to him coming on strike, the whole setup moves to a different pitch. No challenges, no problems whatsoever for him. Has done the bulk of scoring out of the 54 on board. He's got 35.
And plenty of crisp boundaries through cover point and extra. He looks a very solid player. Another top addition to this TVSL batting lineup. They were missing the services of Ali Abid, so they needed some juice in the top 3. Oh, playing across the line to that one. Brilliant fielding at mid-wicket. With a clean pickup, they could have even had a run out there.
You're right. Lovepreet doing the cleanup act. Putting in a good dive. Ensured that at least from this perspective, the leakage of runs is stopped.
There you can see Mohammad Nadeem having a very lean tournament. He's usually a very free-flowing player. That strike rate is certainly not a measure of his ability. Averaging 6. So he's been given opportunities, hasn't capitalized, and then he's lost his spot in the top 3, demoted to 5. Perhaps he can just look to build an innings. Trying to force it off the front foot. No single there. So Zahid Ali is using his variations really well, mixing it up nicely.
That's right. He's a quality bowler. Just has been a little expensive compared to his own abilities and economy.
And also when you're making a debut for a new club, new franchise, perhaps it takes time to find out your role. Maybe overexerting, trying to impress the team owner and the captain. Otherwise, it's very rare to see him bowl wides. And even then, he's picked up 3 wickets in the power play, showing his class. Nicely bowled, and Nadeem will ease through for a single to get off the mark. 56 for 3.
Well, Nadir Hussain is being introduced into the attack to bowl the final over of the power play. Hustle and bustle action. He will keep it wicket to wicket, very straight. And we saw Ali Gohar last night for Dubai Daredevils get a lot of success. I think he can replicate that game plan. Bowl on that fourth stump channel, good length. Try to seam it. Let's see if it works. Forced through the gap at extra. It's gone through the inner ring. And Nadeem will pick up two as Abid Ibrahim steps into the com box.
Well, thank you very much, Khwaja. I'm certainly a big fan of this boy, Nadir Hussain. What a great all-rounder he is. Didn't perform with the bat today, but change of pace is something special he is at.
And it's working on this pitch. Zahid Ali used his off-cutters really well. So good observation there, Abid. This time, straight down the ground with mid-off up. Forget about it. It's a big six.
Well, I really think to change the batting order works for Mohammad Nadeem. The slower one picked up beautifully. Great control. Well executed. So he's been demoted in the batting order. Used to be a regular opener with the captain. But two new openers today. And good to see they give an opportunity to the young Uswani.
And that just shows you the sheer power that this man has. Very strong forearms, broad shoulders. Just stepped into that drive. Hard flick through square leg. And they're going to push for two here. Pick it up very easily. So it's a good sign for TVSL if Mohammad Nadeem gets some runs under his belt.
Well, I certainly think the batting order should be batting at this position because he has the clear power to clear the fence. He doesn't really need that power play, but then he got this 1 over of the power play but he can clear the fence. Oh, good in swinger there from Nadir Hussain.
Yeah, better delivery. Bowling wicket to wicket. I'd like the keeper for Khan Khalil to come up to the stumps. Deny the batter that freedom to fiddle around in the crease. I think that will make Nadir a lot more effective.
Well, he's got the experience certainly, but this target is not helping the cause. It's not a very impressive target set by Karwan CC.
Yeah, it's not been a great day with the bat. And we were just discussing in the previous stint, Neil and I, that they have games every single day back to back. So the time to make adjustments, it's not a lot. You cannot go back to the drawing board. This time it's heaved towards long on. There's a fielder settling. And that's a very good catch. Nadir Hussain, the man with the golden arm.
Well, the game is not gone. Still the chance is very, very heavy for Karwan. They have done wonderful job, and Nadir with a wicket, and the celebration shows they are back in the game with 66 for 4.
Fayaz Ahmed, experienced campaigner, coming in at 6. And that's a very good over from Nadir Hussain. Picked up a key wicket of Mohammad Nadeem. Back of the hand slowly, nicely read. 66 for 4 at the end of the power play. Well, that was the first wicket to go down. Zahid Ali. He started off with 2 back-to-back wides, then picked up the wicket. It was Salman Khan, meanwhile, who looked very fluent indeed. Lofted shots against the spinner. That was a hoik from Saqib, gone for 6 and then chipped in the air with a very good catch at long off. But a poor over from Munib Rahman, and look at those shots from Salman Khan. The pull, the glance, and then the extra cover drive. Absolutely brilliant batting. Nasif Faraz unlucky. Leading edge went straight up and nowhere else. Furqan Khalil completing the catch. Mohammad Nadeem hit Nadir for a big 6. And then one shot too many. And a very good catch taken by the mid-on fielder. So this has been a very fascinating first set of 6. Plenty of runs and plenty of wickets, as Zahid Ali looks like he's going to bowl out here. Zahid Ali coming in. Fayaz Ahmed, experienced campaigner, sent in to settle any nerves in the dugout.
And I think that's a perfect call to take. You need an experienced batter who can really bat deep and hold one end, which is the key here. You're preventing the collapse. Just 4 wickets down in power play. It's not a very good sign for the vision shipping. We have seen them, despite they won the second game, but in the end you saw that big collapse. That's been a worry for the TVSL. So to prevent that, they sent Fayaz Ahmed.
Absolutely. And you only have the all-rounders to come after this. You have the likes of Sajjad Malook, Shehbaz Ali, Jawad Ghani, experienced, but when the pressure is really on, you need a proper batter like Fayaz Ahmed out there to manage affairs. Oh, that's cut him in half. How is that missed the stump, Sabit?
Well, he can't believe it. We can't believe it. What a delivery. Change of pace. Deceived Salman there. Oh, that was marginally away from the stumps.
Well, who says off spin is out of the game? That was a fast off break from Zahid Ali. Beautifully bowled, showing his experience, and desperately unlucky there.
Well, I love the occasion. I love the juncture of the game where Karwan has nothing but to attack only. They got nothing. They cannot win this game by letting the vision shipping play 20 overs. So there is only one way to get this game is just by picking up wickets. You need a slip there, I think. You need to be a little bit sharp in the outfield. Keep that 5th in.
Certainly agree with you there. Cut off those singles. Put some pressure back on the batters. There you go. Bowl dry. Get those dot balls in. Bring that mid-wicket into the circle. Tell Salman Khan, if you want runs, try to hit me over mid-wicket. I'll get you with my outswinger or my extra pace, just like I got Nasif Faraz with the top edge.
Yeah, the idea is to let the batter play across the line. That's one way to get wickets. You don't have really a lot of options here.
It's become an interesting run chase here. Certainly some nerves in the TVSL dugout. Zahid Ali, 3 deliveries remaining in his spell. Oh, there you go. That's what pressure does to you. And very good backup indeed. Good work. I think it was Lovepreet Singh Bajwa there. Recognized that they were looking to steal a single and slid in to cut it off.
I think it was a single at first attempt, but they saw it's Nadir Hussain who's fielding at point. It's almost impossible to take a run when he's charging in. Brilliant piece of fielding there from Karwan. So they are certainly back in the game with that last wicket of Nadeem.
And finally an economical over as well. Only 1 run off the first 4 deliveries. So they're looking to build some pressure. Like Babar Iqbal mentioned at the toss, they are missing some important personnel. So it is a pretty much an experimental side. Brilliant fielding by Nadir at point. Wow.
Remarkable efforts there. That was slashed too hard. To get your hand in front needs a courage. Look at that. Wow.
Outstanding player. He's truly a 3D cricketer. Bowls, bats and fields and gives you 200% in all 3 departments.
He's an exceptional. A team player. Contributes with those 30s, 20s. And then picks up little single or two, those singles, doubles between the wicket too quick. And then also gets you the wicket. Now that was certain 4 which was saved.
Oh, big appeal, but that's sliding down leg. Last delivery. What a crushing in-swinger there from Zahid Ali. Concludes a wonderful spell.
Look at that. That took a huge amount of swing. Swung in sharp. 7 gone. 68 for 4.
Nadir Hussain continues. And I think he's the right bowler to have in this situation. He'll bowl wicket to wicket. He'll cut off those 1s and 2s. Fascinating phase of the game. Trying to force it on the leg side there, Salman. He's just lost a bit of fluency. But losing no fluency to join me in the comm box. It's Abdur Rahman Tariq. Good evening, sir.
Good evening, Ahmed Khwaja. Good evening to all our viewers. Exciting innings this from Salman Khan. True to that name, a hero in the making.
Oh, absolutely. Would love to see his dancing skills maybe after the innings. We certainly have seen his batting skills. Outstanding player. But there is a bit of pressure being built up here by the men in yellow. Glided away nicely to third. There is a deep third. I'm surprised to see that for Nadir. I'd like the keeper to come up here, Abdur Rahman.
Yeah, I would agree here. Furqan Khalil is very good behind the stumps. And he's no mug when he's up, right up next to the batsman as well. Nadir though, deceptively quick. That back of the hand, slower delivery. That's his wicket-taking weapon. Already has a wicket to his name because of that slower delivery.
Well, Fayaz Ahmed and Nadir must have played millions of matches against each other, if not hundreds of thousands. They know each other like the back of their hands. And that's a big wide. Furqan Khalil gave up on it. 5 wides once again. It's the 3rd time Karwan have done that in this innings.
Well, Nadir Hussain, if anything, just struggles a little bit against the left-handers. You have to call that very cruel, though. That Furqan Khalil even had a chance of getting some glove on it.
Babar Iqbal in the ear of his all-rounder. Perhaps try to switch to around the wicket could be an option. Like you mentioned, he doesn't enjoy bowling to the lefties. And they cannot leak these runs. They're absolutely priceless. They're halfway beyond the required. Still below 6. So the only way you're going to win this game is by chipping away with those Ws.
Still quite a bit of batting to come for this TVSL side. Waheed Ahmed, Sajjad Malook, to name a few, can hit the ball very hard. Jawad Ghani, we're yet to see him as well.
Yeah, they bat all the way down to 9, 10 and jack. Plenty of all-rounders in the side. That's the way they've constructed their team. This time a big swish from Fayaz Ahmed. It remains a wide despite Nadir's protests.
Let's have a look. Oh, very, very cruel that. I think that ball just went over the line but kept moving away.
Yeah, there was a hint of swing there. Marginal line call. But I think it's fair enough. Asif Iqbal, very experienced umpire. And good to see the likes of umpire Shiju Sam also following this tournament very closely, supporting his colleagues. Good looking flick there from Fayaz. And there are some gaps on the leg side. They're going to push for 2 and make it quite easily.
Well, Karwan, at square leg. He was a bit slow off the blocks because he saw Babar chasing the ball. And in the meanwhile, the batsman running very quickly, getting 2. Required run rate very much in check. The current run rate though, they've gone all guns blazing in the power play. 10.27.
Yeah, in a very healthy position. Kamarawan, the name you mentioned. Well, I think he's tailor-made for this pitch as well. Slingy action, tall. Oh, it's towed over extra. Just short of that, wide-ish long off. Well, there you can see the pressure is building. And they're taking some risks here, TVSL.
Well, I'm absolutely spot on about Kamarawan. I think he'd be a good option to introduce him early, get him in now. He's very good against the left-handers. Brings that ball in, that leg spinner at pace.
Yeah, Unaib Rahman took a hammering. So he has to wait for his overs just yet. I'd go with Kamar, experienced player. Attempted Yorker there by Nadir, taken on the full. So Salman Khan content to just anchor the innings, let everyone bat around him. And I think that's the right approach.
Well, talking about matchups, I feel Karwan has missed a trick. Asif Hayat not playing today, an off spinner. With TVSL playing with 2 left-handers, probably would have been a better choice. No mug with the bat as well.
Most certainly. And again, that big booming outswinger through the keeper. He's had his struggles behind the stumps today. The bowlers have not been accurate. And they will take 3 runs here, including the wide.
Very, very expensive over. When you're defending 5.5 runs and over, you can't give away extras. He started the over with a 5 wides. And then just made TVSL batsman life easier.
Well, that just shows you the rustiness has not faded from the off-season. All these wides, extras. This time, it just went underground there, below the bat. 82 for 4 at the end of 8.
Well, Unaib Rahman will be starting a new spell. 18 runs conceded in his first over. Will have some protection because it's not the power play anymore. And as he struck first ball, the ball is in the air. Keeper. Oh, what an effort. What an effort from Furqan Khalil. And you have to question what Sardar Bahzad was doing. Furqan Khalil has run all the way down to fine leg.
Well, how crucial will this moment be in the game? Genuine top edge. Where was the fine leg? Furqan Khalil with a brilliant effort and Sardar Behzad just an onlooker. I can understand that you wanted the keeper to go for a tough catch, but you were right there.
Well, the keeper is going backwards. It's never easy looking over your shoulder. You cannot judge that ball. Sardar Bahzad was right in front of it. And I think the only point here is they just wanted to avoid a collision. So Sardar Bahzad backed out of it.
Well, plenty of action and drama at the ICC Academy Oval number 2. Tune in on fan code, the ICC Academy Facebook page and CricTracker on YouTube for what is becoming a very nervy run chase. TVSL must win this game if they are to stand a chance to make the semi-finals. And that pressure is telling. Oh, it's been skied and smacked all the way for 6.
Well, Fayaz Ahmed, all that experience in the world. Short a boundary to the offside for him. Walks across his stumps, middles it to perfection. And goes over cover for a maximum. That will definitely settle the nerves now.
Well, he threw the kitchen sink, the kitchen floor, and everything else at it. That has gone for miles. New balls, please.
Well, new balls, as Ahmed Khwaja had requested. And our statistician right next to us, just showing us the table. And you can understand why TVSL is going all guns blazing in this run chase. They need to win with a big margin to get their net run rate into the positives.
Sliced behind point, and that will hit the fence. Fayaz Ahmed is playing a blinder.
Well, again, short and wide. Right next to that point fielder, and once it crosses him, there is no way the deep fielder is getting to it. Lightning outfield, short boundary. Fayaz Ahmed batting at a strike rate of 200.
Well, he certainly received that message from the dugout to end this early. And he's counter-attacking the young pacer Oneb. He's been hammered. Bit of a serve there, right out of Wimbledon from Fayaz Ahmed. He's seen it all and done it all.
Well, I would like to see that ramp shot over the keeper, but didn't attempt that. And TVSL, today they've gotten their batting order right. Fayaz Ahmed should always be batting in the top 5.
Yeah, they demoted Mohammad Nadeem to 5. Webb got an opportunity to open. Was unlucky to miss out. But Salman Khan batted really well. Saqib Mahmood, we know his style. He goes all guns blazing. If it pays off, all the merrier. If not, he'll return quickly. Oh, what a shot from Salman Khan. It's out of here.
Well, this is a very expensive over from runs scored and the balls lost. 2 of them already. Nothing delivery in the end. Short and sat up nicely. If you're batting at 46, well, you can see the ball like a beach ball. What a way to bring up the team 100. TVSL 100 for 4 in 8.5.
Well, somehow the ball has ricocheted its way back into over number 2. The laws of gravity, or perhaps magnetism. Unaib Rahman absolutely hammered. And he goes for it again in the same direction. 50 up for Salman Khan.
Well, Ahmed Khwaja is sweating bullets here because I think his Maserati is being targeted right outside the ground. Another ball almost misses the car, but it's gone for a maximum. What a way to bring up the half century.
An absolutely sensational innings. Take a bow, young man. And you can see the dugout, they are loving it. 106 for 4 at the end of 9.
Well, the Burj Khalifa right there in the middle. 24 runs conceded by Unaib, adding to the 18 in the previous over he bowled.
Absolute savagery from Salman Khan. That should not be allowed in a cricket field. Sensational hitting over square leg. One, he read the length, and the second was just a flick. Right out of tennis ball cricket. And what a way to bring up your 50 and settle any nerves. 37 needed of 11 overs now. They will get that big net run rate boost that you were referring to, Abdur Rahman.
Well, I forgive you, Ahmed Khwaja. The lights in the
I've been
box,
shaken up with those sixes.
the lights in the com box are off, so I can understand that you didn't see it was me sitting right next to you. Abid Ibrahim is somebody you cannot confuse with anyone else in the ground.
Oh, he's a character, all right. Meanwhile, the captain has taken the responsibility to bowl. Off-pace deliveries from the school end. So that straight boundary and leg side boundary is very short indeed. And Fayaz Ahmed goes downtown. And he'll remain there. What a hit!
Well, the only advice I can give to TVSL is just bat out a few overs. There's a bit of traffic outside. You don't want to head home too early. But Fayaz Ahmed has other plans. 3 sixes in a row now for the team. 2 from Salman Khan. And Fayaz Ahmed has come back and hit the first ball of Babar Iqbal's spell for a maximum.
Well, 7 districts and IGM will be keeping a close eye on this contest. He goes again over, wideish long on. It's raining sixes at the ICC Academy.
Well, Ahmed Khwaja, they need 25 runs to win. 4 more sixes makes it 24. Is that what he's going for?
Well, that certainly seems to be the game plan. Giving a bit of a old man's lecture to Furqan Khalil as well. This is how you do it, lad. Learn from the best.
Well, Karwan playing their first game here for the Sky Exchange.net ICC Academy Summer Cup 2022 powered by FanCode. And if they would have seen the game yesterday, winning the toss and electing to bat first on these wickets in these conditions is never a good idea. And it's coming back to haunt them now. 142, just about par, maybe less than par actually.
Well, we saw that trend in the World T20. We saw that trend in the Asia Cup. And now we're seeing that trend in the ICC Academy Summer Cup. Win the toss and chase in the UAE. 180, 190, any score is gettable here. And look at the way TVSL are going about it.
Batting at 12.6 and over. So even a score of 200 would not have been safe.
Yeah, absolutely. And let's see how they come back in the tournament though. This game looks done and dusted pretty soon. 2 sixes to greet Babar Iqbal. He wouldn't like this sort of hat-trick.
Well, they do have back-to-back games. Karwan will be playing 4 matches in a row. Fitness, a big question.
It most certainly will be. This time flayed onto the square leg region. A good stop by the fielder there, Unaib. Well, he's had a day to forget with the ball, but still working hard in the outfield.
Some youngsters in the team. This will be a learning lesson for all of them. At least the one thing you can do is field well, especially when your captain is bowling.
24 required of 63. The maths well in favor of TVSL. Pulled, rocked on the back foot, and how about that for execution? Wonderful fielding. It's Lovepreet Singh Bajwa. I think he's done very well there.
Yeah, I think he's safe too for his team. Again, a hit me ball, short. Lots of time for Salman.
They have such good players of spin in the side with Nasir Faraz, Salman and Fayaz Ahmed. Wonderful footwork. They use the length and breadth of the crease to get in the right position. This time he goes downtown. It's a flat 6.
Well, Babar Iqbal cannot understand how that's not a wicket. Well, I'll tell you why. These are small boundaries, just straight. And 21 runs of this over.
Well, it's hammer time. 60 of 30. 6 boundaries and 4 gigantic sixes from Salman Khan. What a player, what a find for TVSL. Another young star making his mark in the ICC Academy Summer Cup. This time, just carved away towards extra. Didn't quite catch it, but he will keep the strike. 128 for 4 at the halfway stage.
Those are the highlights of the Salman Khan batting performance. Very good in the power play. Took a liking to Unaib Rahman, that's for sure. Those pull shots and flicks down the leg side. A treat to watch. That is the shot of the game for sure. And even a change of ends did not bring a change of luck for the young fast bowler. There's a change in the bowling. It will be Ismail who comes in to bowl from the ICC Academy end. And joining me in the comm box will be Abid Ibrahim.
Yeah, not the right time to join for Karwan strikers. Oh, this has been gone big. And a monster one. Straight to the glasses.
Well, Abid Ibrahim, it seems that you're going to be here only for one more over.
Well, I highly doubt this over will go down the wire. Perfect shot, and I've been watching this man from the outfield. Those 2 sixes and one which he brought that 50. It was treat to watch.
Well, my question here is going to be, where have you been, Mr. Salman Khan? Maybe shooting for a Bollywood film, because that's the only reason he would have missed the first 3 games. He is blockbuster. I would have loved to see him and Nasir Faraz in full flow.
Well, definitely this is nothing less than the Bollywood action that he has produced. Up in the air, Fayaz wanted to go big, a drop in the end. Well, nothing going in the favor of Karwan.
Well, Muazzam Hayat took an absolute blinder to get rid of Mohammad Nadeem. But when you're in a condition like this where the game is done and dusted, Even as fielders, you lose your focus, and that's exactly what has happened. He's just not interested enough to take that catch. Easier than the one he took, actually.
Well, this is the perfect example of when chips are down. Oh, that was a quicker one from the young boy, Ismail Khan, but that's not a legal delivery. So yes, when the chips are down, it's very difficult, Abdur Rahman, to carry the momentum. You was playing for the victory earlier, now to damage control.
A lot of questions to be answered. One question that needs to be answered is, how do you stop Fayaz Ahmed in full flow? Monster, absolute monster this guy is. Straight hit, like a tracer bullet.
Well, he loves to play the left armers, isn't he? Hits it straight. The moment he saw the left armor is in the attack. Oh, that's a big shout and given.
Well, with 1 run needed to win, Fayaz Ahmed wanted to finish it off in style. And he's been hit right in front of the stumps. So consolation wicket for Karwan. But he's done his job. Fayaz Ahmed, what a knock. 34 of 30. Look at that strike rate. 1242. Unbelievable innings.
Well, clearly a very handy knock comes to an end. Just 1 more run needed to win this game, and the scores are level.
Well, this has been a statement run chase, that's for sure. TVSL going at 13 runs and over. Before this game, were virtually out with a negative 0.9 net run rate. This will definitely shoot them up and make the 7 districts and IGM teams a bit nervous as we move into the last 3 games of the SkyExchange.net ICC Academy Summer Cup powered by FanCode.
Well, Abdur Rahman, I think this is the perfect example that we wanted, and perfect fight we wanted in this group. We've been talking about this group, and this group has turned out to be more interesting now. On to the leg side, big shout, but that's a run and that's a victory for TVSL.
Well, they won't mind it. Leg buys, wides, they don't care. They've won the game with 54 deliveries to spare. Unbelievable batting performance by TVSL, and that man on your screen, Salman Khan, 68 of 33 deliveries. 143 chased down in 11 overs with 5 wickets in hand.
Well, this is unbelievable chase, and at the moment they knew that they have a chance to go further. They played some great game, especially Salman Khan up front, came as an opener, unbeaten for his 68 of just 33 deliveries. Special knock, and Fayaz Ahmed gave a very handy knock of just 14 deliveries, 34. And 22 as extras.
Yeah, the third highest scorer is extras, 22. Salman Khan, 6 boundaries and 5 maximums. Didn't want to do a lot of running, that's for sure. And Fayaz Ahmed, as you said, brilliant. 34 of 14. Settled the nerves nicely. They still have a lot of batting to come, but they won't need all of those guys.
Yeah, Shahbaz, Jawad, Wahid Ahmed, Umar Arshad. So all 11 can bat, and all 11 are all-rounders there. What a great batting unit this is from the Vision. You never know which team will turn on. So the bowling, not really impressive there, apart from Zahid Ali, who picked up 3 wickets up front in the power play and bowled 4 overs on throat with the economy of 6.2.
Well, that's the difference right there. Zahid Ali, all that experience, all that pace, completely different stats compared to the rest of the bowlers. Ismail going for 14 and a half. Unaib 21 runs in his 2 overs. Nadir Hussain 12 as well. Got a wicket to his name. And then Babar Iqbal 22 of his. And again, the question mark right there is the extras. They have the staff. They have the coaching. Karwan, they need to dust off and come back, because this tournament is going to come at them very quickly with the next 3 games.
Yeah, they'll be playing all those 4 games on trot. They played tonight, and tomorrow again you will see them in the action. The match summary says Vision Shipping won the match by 5 wickets and almost 9.5 overs to spare. What a great performance this is from the Vision Shipping.
Yeah, just Ramesh Shahzad, the senior statesman stepping up for Karwan, managed 142. Sajjad, Muluk and Shahbaz picking up 3 wickets. And then in the run chase, just one man, Salman Khan, 68 not out. And Zahid Ali on the other end with 3 wickets to his name.
Yeah, let's have a look at the highlights. We had a brilliant crackdown. The entire match turned out to be a highlight. Salman Khan. That was a first wicket going down of young Vaswani. And then this man showed a class. Beautiful hitting straight down the ground. That's the way you play in the V first. And then you try to play all your shots across the line. You want to play it on the offside. Then that's a perfect example. So we saw couple of shots. And these were a great knock of Salman. Perfect example. That was a brilliant shot. Certainly deserving for, but that unlucky dismissal of Nasir Faraz was topping the chart for the best as a batter. Now this was Nadeem who got one out of the ground and then he himself walked out. Caught brilliantly by Mozim Hayat. That was the catch you were talking about. And then Fayaz played a different kind of a knock today. When this was a magical shot of the match. You just saw in this play with one knee down. Fayaz hitting straight down the ground as well.
Yeah, they liked Babar Iqbal hitting him straight down the ground. Fayaz Ahmed was unlucky to be dismissed, the last man to get out. So there you have it, 143 runs in 11 overs, TVSL. Well, that's the game. That's the game tomorrow then. 7 districts will be back against Karwan. They've won 2 games, lost 1. They'll want to win this game and make their way into the semi-finals.
Well, that's us from the comms. It has been a wonderful day here at SkyExchange.net ICC Academy Summers Cup. And we'll go to the Ahmed Khwaja for post-match presentation party.
Check.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and we welcome everyone to the post-match presentation of the SkyX.net ICC Academy Cup 2022 powered by FanCode. Before we begin, firstly, we would like to thank the ICC Academy and all the administration involved behind the scenes for its support in hosting this level of a tournament. We would also like to thank our sponsors, our title sponsor SkyX.net, our official streaming partner FanCode, our event partner TCM, and in the 17th match of the tournament, the Vision Shipping has defeated Karwan CC by 5 wickets. Commencing ahead, we will now be announcing the name of the player of the match. And the award will be presented by Mr. Iftikhar Ali, our match referee. And the player of the match could only be one man, Salman Khan, for his innings of 68 not out. Absolutely thrilling batting in a big run chase for TVSL with important points on the board.
सलमान, हमने आपको लास्ट ईयर भी देखा था, लेकिन ये आपकी यूएई में सबसे पहली बड़ी इनिंग है. कैसे एंजॉय किया आपने?
बिस्मिल्लाहिर्रहमानिर्रहीम. सबसे पहले तो अल्लाह ताला का लाख लाख शुक्र है कि एक अच्छा चेस हुआ टीम के लिए, एक अच्छी इनिंग्स के लिए. और मैं फिर से TVSL का बहुत मशकूर हूँ कि उन्होंने मुझे स्पेशल बुलाया कि आप ये टूर्नामेंट खेल लें. डेफिनेटली जिधर भी आप परफॉर्म करते हो मज़ा तो आता है, लेकिन ये एक ऐसा मैच था हमारे लिए कि हमने जल्दी जीतना था, हमने अपना नेट रेट अच्छा करना था. तो पहले से यही प्लान किया था. थोड़ा सा बॉल पंस रहा था शुरू में, तो मैंने अपनी नॉर्मल शॉट्स के लिए कुछ एक्स्ट्रा नहीं किया. जब सेट हुआ तो फिर ये प्लान किया कि अभी बड़े हिट लगा के इंशाल्लाह जल्दी फिनिश करना है।
बड़ी हिटें तो आपने बहुत ज़्यादा लगाई हैं, सबसे मज़ेदार हिट आपको कौन सी हिट का मज़ा आया?
मुझे तो मेरा फेवरेट शॉट जो है ना, पुल पे जो छक्का मार रहा हूँ वो मुझे बहुत पसंद है, क्योंकि रोहित शर्मा मैं बहुत ज़्यादा देखता हूँ उसको, वो पुल पे जो छक्का मारते हैं वो मुझे बहुत पसंद है।